Hey everybody, welcome to Newb Computer Build, and welcome back to the $1,500 gaming PC build of the month for May 2023. My name is Corey. Let's jump into it. So the $1,500 build this month, it's pretty status quo compared to April's build. However, I want to touch on a few different things. If you've been tuning in, there is one caveat that you'll be quite impressed with, and that's the cost. And it's gone down just a little bit, actually quite a bit since last month. So overall costs of all hardware, PC hardware, have been going down steadily over the last little bit, mind you. But this month, this is an under $1,500 gaming PC build, and it's at the equivalent performance, gaming performance as previous months, so which is phenomenal. But so let's jump into it. So let's jump into building which hardware we need for this build, and getting into it. So if this is your first time here and your budget is $1,500, which is probably the reason why you're listening to this at the moment, well, you might be also wondering what would a $1,500 build kind of get you in terms of gaming performance. I mean, it would be a great PC overall in terms of overall use if you're using it for other things. However, for gaming, it's also a phenomenal build, and I think $1,500 is always a great entry point for those that I think are looking for kind of that higher end gaming experience. Really want to max out games at the higher resolution range, and if you put any more money into a build, let's say a $2,000 build, you'll be able to push more FPS and stuff out of it, um, but it's kind of getting into that, really, really trying to milk the performance out of like 4K resolutions, for example, at ultra settings, and trying to get as much performance as you can possibly get. But $1,500 will get you there anyways, and so that's why it's always a good starting point, and it's kind of diminishing returns beyond there. That's just kind of my opinion. But this build, that's what you can expect. So you can kind of game with extreme settings and high FPS at resolutions anywhere from 1080p, 2K resolutions, so 1440p, and really good gameplay at 4K resolutions. So that's what you can expect in terms of performance. We'll get into what this costs overall, but let's jump into it. So the CPU being recommended for this build is the newer AMD Ryzen 5 7600X CPU here. So this is that newer Ryzen 7600X. That's a fast and fantastic gaming CPU. It also runs supports DDR5 memory, so the newer memory, which has also come down in cost, which is overall kind of contributing to that cost decrease this month. But it's also that new on AMD's new AM5 platform. So again, there was a little hesitancy when some of these chips were coming out a little earlier months ago here, because it would increase the kind of cost of entry to building a PC versus going with kind of the older platforms. But now costs have gone down. I see no reason not to just jump onto the newer platforms. Anyways, AMD Ryzen 5 7600X at the moment coming in at $249. Looking to save some dollars on your chip or some dollars on the build overall, you could go with the plain old Ryzen 5 7600, which is a little bit cheaper, and you can also overclock it to get similar performance as this chip as well, mind you. So if you are looking to save, that is an alternative. Jumping in, we need a cooler with this CPU. So the Noctua NH U12S Redux air cooler is being recommended here at $54.95. You can go with something like, usually I recommend in terms of the air cooler side of things, a Cooler Master Hyper 212, but you do need to get the kind of compatible kit for AM5 if it doesn't come with it. You can also, so if you do order a Cooler Master Hyper 212, you can always go to Cooler Master's site and order a kit for that if it doesn't come with it. But you'd be good either way, either choice here. So $54.95 for the Noctua air cooler being recommended here. Jumping into the motherboard, here we have the MSI Pro B650P Wi-Fi motherboard. This is an ATX board at $199.99. This is the same board as being recommended last month. However, it's about $20 cheaper. Again, another contribution to the overall price reduction of this build. The GPU we have, so the graphics card that's being recommended at the moment, is the Radeon RX 6800 XT. This one's the XFX Merc 319 at $559.99. The memory we have is a Crucial RAM kit of a 16 gigabyte kit, 2 gigabyte modules of DDR5 4800 megahertz memory at $51.95. DDR5 memory, amazing. So, and here's Crucial's marketing language: harnessing blazing speeds up to 5600 megahertz, 1.5 times faster than DDR4. Well, it is faster, and also the cost is slowly narrowing in terms of affordability between the two, but you can't get DDR4 anyways with this build. So let's jump into the new technology that we can take advantage of here. So SSD we have is a Crucial P3 plus 1 terabyte NVMe SSD for $39.99. Power supply we have is the Pure Power 12M 850 watt power supply, $134.90. This is the only thing that has changed in this build this month, mind you. Last month we had an EVGA. Power supply, however, it shot up significantly in price for maybe supply reasons, I'm not sure. But I love the Be Quiet series of power supplies, so this is a great recommendation as well. PC case we have is the Corsair 4000D, an infamous case that's been around for a while, kind of meets all players' needs. All kind of gamers' needs. In that it has good airflow. It's kind of one of the most popular cases for a long time standing, and there's plenty of room to build in it. But there are plenty of options for cases out there. I always say the case is kind of to the opinion of the PC builder, because it's really about aesthetics at the end of the day. And then the other stuff is kind of nice as well. Not nice, but you want good airflow and all those sorts of things. But cases are really the external face of your PC. So just letting you know. Long story short, you can always shop around if you want a different looking case, but I always recommend this one because I like it. It's a good cost for what you get. $103.99. So like I said, the estimated cost right now for May 2023 for this build, in comparison to last month, it was closer to $1,500, is $1,389 at the start of May 2023. So that's a significant decrease. So maybe you have a $1,500 budget and you do want to utilize it all. Let's jump in. I don't usually do these in the monthly update videos, but here are some upgrades suggestions. Should you want some ideas, you can upgrade your GPU and get more gaming performance with something like an XFX Radeon RX 7900 XT for $793.89. Newer GPU, mind you, and a great one at that. That would be an option. You can upgrade your CPU. So this is also a newer CPU. So this is the Ryzen 7900, this is the Ryzen 7950 X3D. So this is the best performing CPU, gaming CPU on the market at the moment. And it just came out. So if you wanted to consider this, $658, and all you would have to do is swap out the one that's being recommended above here, and you'd be good to go. So another option, you can increase your memory to a Crucial 32 gigabyte kit instead. DDR5 memory kit, $103.99. Or if you want to get to a more kind of customized liquid cooling, such as an all-in-one cooling, you can go with something like this Be Quiet BW008 Pure Loop 360 millimeter all-in-one cooler for $104.90. So some upgrade suggestions there. That does it this month for the May 2023 Gaming PC Build of the Month. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. Visit the site, newbcomputerbuild.com. But otherwise, best of luck building your $1,500 gaming PC build.